Get started with the lecture. If you have questions, please do put them in the chat or feel free to stop me. It's all good. We're all sort of learning to use these tools. I guess the first thing to talk about is I'm going to switch up the syllabus a little bit, and because I think there's some stuff that's just it's not. I don't think Julie and I can give really quality feedback via Zoom. So we're gonna move towards things that I think will work best in this environment. So there were more activities for Unit 3, and I decided Android Mash was going to be the last one. So we're going to move into the next unit. There's no quiz for Unit 3. I think you guys generally get the idea with procedures, and it'll come back around. So I think you'll see more procedures. It'll be fine. We're going to move into some new stuff. Let me get to some feedback that you guys gave, which is Zoom was okay. People appreciated the breakout rooms. People appreciated the ability to work with partners in the breakout rooms. That's cool. We definitely will continue doing that. People, just in terms of AppVentor, learned how to screen share touchdown, touch up for sprites, and people were, again, thought class was decent enough and happy to move into breakout rooms. Some wishes. So people noted that the breakout rooms were useful, but it was hard to ask questions when we needed help. So I think the easiest way to do that is in the chat feature. You can direct a message directly to myself or Julia. There's also a way to raise your hand. And so I've got the participants, all you guys open. I've got like a pop-out screen where I can see everyone. I think there's a feature that allows you to raise your hand. Can someone, if anyone doesn't know how to do that, if they would please mention in the chat, and myself or Julia can help figure that out. But we want to make sure that we can give you guys quality feedback. So please do either message us when you need. You can directly message us, or I believe this hand raise feature. But we're gonna learn a little more about it. Someone asked for more video guides. All the activities that we're doing in App Inventor, they do generally have video guides that for the build. Might have to consider. I think that the customization challenges are a lot easier this unit. So, well, if give more feedback, and if you feel like it's not enough, we can build more stuff. There was a comment about going over the 2 types of code more thoroughly. And I think that was a reference to the binary and the decimal. And we were in person, we do a lot more stuff on that. I think it's really important, and it allows you to understand how, like, the basics of how and why computers work. It's really hard to do remotely. And unfortunately, I think that's a feature of this class that is going to be, I'm going to try to figure out how to work it back in, but it works best like in person. So there's just going to be some things lost, but I do appreciate the comment. Again, myself and Julia were available to connect with. I figured out how to make Julia co-host so she can also go through all the breakout rooms. And yeah, message us if you need things or have questions, and we'll be able to check in with you. All right. So some important due dates. Android Mash was due today. Typical grading. If you missed something, Julia will get back to you and let you know what you missed and how to improve it. Homework 9 is due Thursday. We're going to do a new app today. It's a Magic 8-Ball, and that will be due Sunday. It's a pretty straightforward app. So today we'll be kind of we're moving into Unit 4. The new concept, the big concept, is a concept called lists. It's a data structure. We're going to build the Magic 8-Ball app and begin the 8-Ball customizations. I would say it's on the easier side. So anyway, we're here. And for people who finish early, you can move on to the second app for Unit 4. It's a slideshow app. Corny joke of the day, if you want to answer in the chat or unmute yourself. What does a nosy pepper do? Anybody? Oh, okay. Let's see here. David got it. David is, I assume that's Jack. Anyway, it's all good. And nosy pepper gets caught up in your business. Anyway, all right. Clap, clap, says Aldo. Great. Okay. So we're getting into unit 4. It's a new concept. It's called lists, but we got to review variables to understand lists. So we have a variable. It's a placeholder for a piece of information that can change. So far, you've used variables to keep track of score, to keep track of time. It's a placeholder for a piece of information, and you can change it. The way that you've generally been changing it is by incrementing. So you generally have been set up an algorithm where the variable value will go up by 1 or go down by 1. That's generally how you've been using it. You can initialize to be able to use a variable. You have to initialize it when the app starts. So you might want to make a variable from way back in PaintPot. You did one called dot size, and you set the value, the initial value to whatever. It could have been 5 or 1. You can change the value of the variable based on events. So like a basic one might have been, you could have changed the dot size to 2 or 8 from 5. That's like a common way to change the variable. What you have here is an example of how you would increment the value. Oh, let's go back. So say you initialize the dot size to 5, but you wanted to be able to change the value. So you use the set variable block with a math block, and you every time whatever event happened, it would go up by 1. Okay, so here's the new concept. It's a list. So it's another data structure. So if a variable was a data structure that could only hold one piece of information, say the score, a list can hold a significantly larger amount of information. So an example that you're probably familiar with is like a shopping list. So you have a shopping list. It's, you might need to get eggs, bacon, bread, and orange juice, like pretty basic. You probably need some butter and some milk too. But these are all things that you might have a list called shopping, and it would hold all of that information. So the way that you create a list in App Inventor is you actually start with a variable. So you would start with a variable. So you pull out the exact same way, a global variable. You have to name it. And then you're going to go into the list drawer, which will be, this is all in the blocks, on the block screen. And you'll pull out this very specific block. It says make a list. So you initialize a variable, and then you have to connect it and make it a list. And if you click the little, I guess in this case, it's a more purplish icon, you can set how many items are going to be in this list. And whatever you started with is fine. You don't have to fill all the slots. And once it's created, it's dynamic, and that means it can change. So you can add things to the list, or you can take things out of the list. It's fine. It's pretty flexible, but that's how you would start it off. Yes, you click the blue plus sign to open the list editor, drag and drop the item block from the left over the list, and repeat until you have the number of items that you want. So once you have your list set up, you can add things to your list, and you can do it a variety. Well, anyway, the way you would do it is using just the typical text box that we've seen a bunch of times. You pull out those text box, you click it into the list, and you can type if you just want like a list of names. But you can also do things like a list of images or a list of websites, in which case you would copy and paste like the name or the website. Wow. Okay. So we're going to get into this. You guys are going to go ahead and start building the Magic 8-Ball app. It has a template, which has some like basic images on it. So I think it's worth your time. The template's on the page. The customizations are pretty easy. It's just like speaking the answer for the Magic 8-Ball or playing a sound every time the device is shaken. They're pretty easy. I wouldn't be surprised if I would expect. Well, anyway, I think we'll see how much progress is made, but I feel like this is a strong class. You guys do well. You're ready to start the next app. It's a slideshow app. So before obviously get started on your own, but I'm going to set up breakout rooms. And so in the chat, I have a general idea of who works together, but if you would put the person, or I'm going to allow up to 3 in some cases. So if you would type into the chat the people that you want to work with, and I will create the breakout rooms. Okay, I see one. Excellent. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start creating the breakout rooms for us.